This is probably somebody that you know, the Director of Education for Prague Pride. So this is the educational programs, facilitating workshops and things like that, and it's not Alish. It's Tereza Kadlecová.
Good evening. Yeah, is that working? Yeah, good evening. So my name is Tereza, and I'm going to talk about coming out, not surprisingly. For today, I decided to share with you a story about me and my grandma. For those who are attending our workshops, it's a kind of familiar story. So for today, you have the chance to see my grandma. This is her. That's my favorite story favorite photo of her. Her name was Růžena. When I was a child, she stayed with us every winter, and we shared my room. And I hated how she snored every night. But we also played hide and seek, and I always won. Then, when I was 25, I suddenly fell in love with a woman, with this woman. It was quite a surprise, not only for me, but for everybody around me, especially for my parents. And for my mother, it was definitely an unwelcome surprise. At that time, she wasn't able to accept it, and she told me, "Don't tell it to grandma." And that's what I did. At that time, I was used to visit my grandma every now and then. We shared or talked about my private life, about my work, and it was really difficult to talk about myself when I didn't want to reveal that I'm in a relationship with a woman. I talked about my friend Kateřina, but I really have to think about which story to pick, which would fit to just friendship. And every time I was leaving, she asked me whether there is anybody who is walking me home. And it was the most difficult moment, because what to do? To lie, or sometimes I said something like Facebook status, that it's complicated, or something like that. As time goes by, me and Kateřina, we started living together, and we spent most of the time together. And I found out that it's actually impossible for me to share anything about me. So I realized that my visits are more and more silent, and that it doesn't make much sense. So I almost stopped visiting her. Well, and after 4 years, my partner got pregnant, and we were expecting our first son. So I imagined that the absurd situation that I'm going to have a family and my grandma will never know. So I finally decided to come out to her. So I went to visit her, and she was 89 at the time, and she got the information that I'm in a relationship for 4 years, and she didn't know about it, that the relationship is with a woman, and that the baby is on the way. And she was totally okay with that, and she was absolutely accepting from the very first moment. She was happy that I'm not alone, and she was looking forward to her 5th grandchild. So it was absolutely amazing, and I cried a lot. And I also told her that my parents didn't want her to know. And that was the most surprising information for her. And then she asked me, "Oh, they think I'm so old-fashioned." So that sounds like happy end, but for me it's not that easy, because we lost 4 years. and it created a huge gap in our relationship, and it was difficult to overcome it because she was quite old at the time. And she died 2 years later, so there was not much time. I do not regret much things in my life, but this is definitely a thing I really regret until today. When I was thinking about what to or how to put this story for today, I was like thinking what I can do differently and what I did bad and why I did it. And I talked to Aleš because when I don't know what to do, I often talk to Aleš, and he always knows what to do. And he gave me a tricky question, which I would like to give to you as well. So what do you think? Who bears the bigger responsibility for worsening our relationship? Was that me waiting with coming out, or my mother forcing me to the closet? So let's vote. Who from you thinks that it was me? Please, could you please raise your hand? Okay, thank you. Don't be afraid, yeah. And who thinks that it was more about my mother? Wow, thank you. Can I vote for both? Yeah, sure. I think definitely it's on both sides. I don't want to make it hard for my mother. I think she's not watching, and I will probably not send this video to her. But I would like to put it more general, because I think that what my mother did is just the same what our society does every day. And every time we hear something like, I don't care the LGBT people, but those marches, or you can do whatever you want, but keep it for your home, or I don't care about people's orientation, but it's not an issue for the workplace. All these phrases are forcing people into the closet. And we heard many stories here today, and we all know that staying in closet, it's not the thing we want to live our lives. So, yeah, I think it's still important to build the society where we can be truly ourselves, when we can feel safe, and it's valid for our families, for the school environment, and for general public, and definitely for the workplace. And if you are thinking where to start, tip number 1 is stop forcing people into the closet. Tip number 2 is if you hear somebody else forcing other people into the closet, don't stay silent, act like an ally. And for more tips, please take our workshops. We are ready for booking for the next year. Thank you.
I have questions. You're making me think of Jared Carmichael as a stand-up comedian who did a special called Rothaniel, and he talked about coming out to his parents, and that he had felt like he had their love, and what he had after that was love with an asterisk. Love with a little like note at the bottom, like, we love you, but. And it does feel like that if you tell them, their view of you will change. But if you don't tell them, you don't give them the opportunity to be cool. So I'm putting it on you, but also your mom. Just to be clear, I wanted to raise my hand twice. Questions? How is it with your parents now? Is it better with your mother? Has she gradually accepted you for who you are?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for that question. I wanted to tell it, but it didn't fit into the story. So we are absolutely okay. We are absolutely okay now. She just needs her time. It took about 5 or 6 years to be able to accept my way of life and my family. I think kids definitely helped a bit. And now she is an amazing grandma to our children. And that's something I really didn't think that may happen one day. So I'm really happy for that.
It's good. Have you discussed with your mother? Maybe she was just trying to protect you. Have you talked to her about like what her fears were in the process of that? This is a question here.
No, we are not talking about it. I sometimes, when I sometimes talk in the media or have some article about me, I send my parents so they have a chance to learn. And last time I did so, my father sent me amazing reply, absolutely accepting and very, just amazing. And my mother told me that she hated my ring in nose, and that the only thing she could think the whole interview was that fucking ring, and that. That it's disgusting. But I guess she maybe sometimes maybe when there is that. When there is not that ring, maybe she is also thinking about what I'm doing, and so. But we don't talk about it much.
It's a very nice nose ring. Do you ever ask people when they say, well, I don't mind LGBT people, but I don't like the marches? Do you follow up on that, or is that a thing that you just, and if so, how?
Yeah, I understand that question. I can imagine that for straight people it may be sometimes difficult to understand and to have that empathy. What I usually, when I'm talking about it, I usually think about how the marches are important for people, for their self-acceptance and for their way to the coming out, and this is the reason why we do that, because there still are people all around the Czech Republic, somewhere in a small village, and they never saw other LGBT person in person. And when they are walking streets, they are always afraid if somebody are shouting at them or whatever. And Pride Parade is the occasion where they can save in a public space, maybe for the first time or for the only day in the year, and they can see other people like themselves, and they can see that they are normal people, and then they are happy. And I think this is something amazing, and it can really be helpful for self-acceptance, which is absolutely important for a happy life. So if people are not for the marches and they hate to look at gay people who are drunk and naked, okay, I can understand that, but maybe then you can stop the television or go on the countryside for that one day and leave it to LGBT people, just because it's important.
Like if you have dogs and there's fireworks, you can go out to the country for the day. It's just a day.
Yeah.
Oh, this is beautiful. Both you and your mother were trying to cope with the situation as well as you could at the time. It's a comment and not a question. That's beautiful. And then no judgment, no blame, just gratefulness for having those years with your grandmother, being your authentic self. It's just a comment. These two.
Uh-huh.
Oh. And then do you want to answer that one? Or do you want to encourage people to take your workshop?
Yeah, we can.
If you want to take it, I'll read it. Starting to work for the Minister of Health, who is a very conservative guy, should I come out, and what would be your advice?
I think in general, I would say that being out is just amazing, and I think we heard it many times today that it's really important for our mental health and for everything. But I don't want to force anybody to be out, because sometimes we don't just feel safe, and we can only be out when we feel safe. So if the situation is that it's not safe for you to be out, you don't feel safe, just don't do it. That's sometimes it can happen like that.
That's awful, but that's true. Terrible, but true. That is it. Thank you so much.
you.
That was wonderful. That was so
Thank
good.
you.